Okay, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It is another Saturday morning. So I keep getting into the habit of recording on the Saturday, but we'll roll with it. Saturdays are usually maybe a little bit more interesting in terms of what I do, because there's usually something different on a Saturday. So today I have a posing session, online posing session, 9 till 10. And then I'm meeting my good friend Thom. I competed with Thom back in 2021, and I've had him, I don't know if I've had him on the YouTube channel. He might be, no, Dubai vlog. He would have been there on the YouTube channel. And he's competing this year. So I'm going along to Muscle Hut, where I trained last time, to give him a little bit of a hand with his posing, and we're going to get a session in together as well. So really looking forward to that. It's 5 minutes to this posing session, so I better be quick, but I'll maybe record some bits as well. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. So running a little bit behind, it is 10 past 10, so I need to get to the gym for 10:30 to meet Thom. I'll get some clips at the gym. We'll have a bit of a chat with Thom as well. So a little bit of a voiceover of this session, and apologies, I did have some bits of us speaking, but there was some music in the background, so I decided not to put in just in case I got copyrighted for this. But anyway, this was the exact same session I did with Ollie a few weeks back, apart from, I guess the session I did with Ollie was a bit of a mixed match. And this is more in line with what I would typically do. I did do some slight different bits as well because, again, Thom's on prep. He was 4 weeks out, and I wanted to make sure I was covering the stuff that he was doing in his session. But I went off on my own halfway through the session just to do the bits I normally do on a Saturday. Starting with this fly. I love doing like a fly movement before any sort of press, just as a little bit of a pre-activation movement to get some blood into the chest. Ensure that becomes the limiting factor within my press. I did notice here my shoulders were hitching up just a little bit. Not a major issue, but just more of a positioning with the seat there. Thom went into an incline press. I did an incline press the day before, and I focused more on a decline press here, which is the normal press I would do on my Saturday session. I think I mentioned this in the last vlog, so it's technically a flat press, but just the positioning wise, it kind of mimics that of a decline, and I really like this movement. 3 plates working either side here, quite heavy. Like, I've found the gym Leco pieces to be pretty heavy, but yeah, lovely set. So moving on, we went into this lateral raise machine. Thom there repping the No Juice Natty jumper. Recently I actually did a shoot with No Juice for their cut off tees and tees, vintage tees. They are absolutely mint. Go and check them out on Instagram. And then at this point, I went off to do my own thing. So I went upstairs to hit the adductors, which I showed this in the last vlog. Went a little bit lighter this time because I overshot it last time on my top set. And this was just feeling way more controlled than last time around, and an appropriate weight for that top set. Challenging, very close to failure. Recently I took a deload, and just since that deload, training has been going very well. It was, for me, every sort of 8 to 9 weeks is when I need to take a little bit of a step back. And usually taking that step back, I will get a good amount of progress forward off the back of it. It'll take me maybe a week to get back into swing of things, but like at the moment, training is absolutely flying. So adductors, and then I moved downstairs to hit some single arm tricep extensions. Did this one with Thom, and again, this is a part of my regular accessory day. So this is my 5th day of the week. Accessories I will typically do as like a top up session. So any volume that I missed across the week, I'll hit in this session. And then my leg press, I'll always hit a leg press on this day as well. On my current leg days, which is on a Thursday usually, I will do one sort of leg press variation, but it will be a sort of more of a hip press, so more quad focus. And this one, that higher stance, involves a little bit more of the hamstring. So I like to do sort of like a lower stance and a higher stance one across the week. I'll also be doing, well, currently I've added in a single leg press just because stability wise, I was actually really struggling with my Bulgarian split squats, and I've had a hip injury on my right hip. So I'm just going to try and rehab it a little bit with some more single leg work. So to be honest with you, I kind of bottled this last rep. I definitely had it. I just almost needed a little bit of reassurance there. I can see Thom watching the background. I kind of wish he was there just to hover his hand over, but I will ensure I get that rep next week. Here we go with the post-workout party here. I'm feeling pretty guilty having my big bowl of Cheerios, and that's all good. It's all good. Thom knows the script, but I'm sure we're going to eat this first, and then we'll do a little bit of chatting after. All right, guys. So finished up with the post-workout meals. I had my Cheerios. Thom had his oats, which looked really good. Obviously, it'll be tasting amazing for you 4 weeks out. So yeah, we've got a couple of clips from the session there. Also went through a little bit of posing with Thom 4 weeks out. And you're not sharing like a ton of your updates at the moment, but I don't know if you want to share a little bit on your prep, how you feeling. I did share a lot on the podcast, so guys, go and listen to the podcast posted, was it like 2 weeks ago as well. But share your thoughts, Thom.
So put me not sharing my physique's less like thinking that I'm like this superhero Batman, keeping it like under wraps. It's just more, sometimes like you'll know yourself, like sometimes you don't actually feel like you look good until like right at the very, very end. And like I don't want it to be that I'm sharing stuff that isn't, and this sounds ridiculous, but like I don't want to share stuff that's not that impressive, especially with like how lean I've been in the past and how I've looked. When I'm putting in like my best effort I've ever put in, and it doesn't look as good as the last time, because you'll know yourself, like people, or even like me, you think sometimes you're going to start prepping and you're going to be at the end week one, whereas it takes like the whole time.
Especially for you, like I know just from last, like if any of you have seen my updates, like you'll know I come in very quick, and Thom, you just take a little bit longer, and then you're like there.
Yeah, you know? And there's like in 2019, I really like pushed through like a brutal spell, and like I know that's coming. And I know that's what I'm kind of like striving to get to. So maybe once I get there, like the veins all over the abs, like I'll maybe do something. I know a lot of people like to share like the whole journey, but with this, like I'm not a prep coach, like full blown prep coach. I'm not, and I speak about this to you quite a lot. I'm not even like really, I don't see myself as a bodybuilder. I just love this process. So for me to just be constantly promoting and talking about my own physique, I think it takes away from me being more of a Gen Pop PT. But I also think what it can do is it can confuse my Gen Pop clients into seeing me drop, say, like 2-3 pounds every single week consistently. I'll do the extreme things that they expect their process to do and achieve the same things. And I don't really like to kind of feed into that like false narrative. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Do you feel like doing the extreme has helped? Just like with your own coaching with Gen Pop?
I think what it does is it allows me to, like, anything that I ask a client to do is, and I know it's such a freaking, like, there's not a thing that I wouldn't do that I would ask a client to do, and there's not a thing that I've been through that I don't think a client would, other than like life things. Like the hunger, the tiredness, like feeling high and low motivation. Like I want it to be that like I know what they're all going through. But I think it for me, it normally has like a negative impact on, like say I share like something about my physique, I get a lot of like, people are like, good on you, like well done. But it doesn't like convert to like inquiries or people thinking like, oh, I want to work with him. So
it was the same for me. Like I remember when I was PTing, like I would automatically think, this is going to be great but it puts off like people who just want to like,
a lot of people just
for that sort of market, for the like fat loss, kind of puts that type of people off.
I also think you find some people though that like are purely doing this for the recognition, like like wanting the praise and the high fives. Whereas I've never really felt like that's why I've done it. There's a nice thing, like when we were posing and you'd said I made improvements and stuff like that, makes me feel brilliant. Like that excites me. But like I don't want it to, like, I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
I want it to be inspirational for someone else.
someone
I want
else.
it to be that it's like, I was going to say a beacon of hope, but that does then start to sound very Batman-y, doesn't it? But like, I want it to just be something that like, and I also want it to be like, eventually, like when I say like, look, a calorie deficit is how you lose fat. Here's how much fat I've lost with it. Like, people listen, because I've started to realize as well that like people really don't understand how fat loss happens or works. So yeah, I don't want it to be all about me, because I don't want to be an influencer. I really don't. I want to be seen more as a coach and an athlete as opposed to an influencer. So I think just sharing and talking about my physique all the times takes away from that, because it is like a model side as opposed to like, look how long and fast I can go in the Stairmaster. This is how hard I train. Like, I'd rather share that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like I'm not doing it because there's going to be some like unbelievable unveiling of like the best physique you've ever seen. It's just more, maybe a bit of self-consciousness for myself, but then I just don't really like to document.
I think it will be good for you once you finish prep to have like before and after, and then to put this as, listen, I did this pretty extreme over this amount of time, and just say what you did, and then it's like, this is how you lose fat. I was in a calorie deficit. So people know, because you're really like on your social media, you always are putting out there, you know, this is how you lose fat. This is how you lose, and you keep you almost need to do that, right? With like general gen pop people
really
who don't understand.
really
You just have to keep reinforcing the point. This is how you lose fat, and eventually some people will cotton on, and obviously people that work with you are getting results because they're following your method.
They're buying in,
buying in and following your method.
Big shout out to all them. I got some killer clients.
You do.
Now,
I've seen some of your results you're putting out. Is awesome to see. But yeah, so Tom and I, by the way, this isn't a sponsor for Form. I don't know why that's in it. It looks like a
sponsor Chris, the Vanilla Gorilla.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to grab a quick shower. We're actually going to go for coffee. So I might bring the camera and film some bits there, but thought we'd have a little bit of a chat anyway. And yeah, catch you guys in a bit.
Just like you done.
Yeah. Slowly build it up,
Like, and I think I'd probably only have to push to like maybe 88, maybe 90.
Yeah.
Hold around there. Maybe I'm not done with this yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I quite like doing it.
Yeah.
You just need to change the battery for it?
So, just going to wrap the vlog up there. Had an awesome day with Tom. 4 weeks out from his first show of the season. And I'm really excited for him because the changes in his physique since last time in 2021 was when he last competed. It's night and day. Like, honestly, excited to see him absolutely peeled. And I'll be down at the WNBF Supernaturals as well. So that's going to be epic. But yeah, just had some good chats. Like, I think one thing that's so important if you're in prep is don't stop socializing just because you're in prep. So today we went and got a coffee. I had a cinnamon bun, as you can see there, but I'm in the middle of a gaining phase, but it didn't really like phase Tom. And you'll get used to this the more you prep, is the fact that you can still do those things. I think what's important is if you have got a mate who's in prep, don't push them to trying to like have a pint. Don't like try and say, oh, come on, have a cinnamon bun or whatever. Like, I never did that with Tom. I was just doing what I wanted to do. And obviously he's focused on his goal and what he's doing. And we still had a brilliant time. There's no reason why you can't do that when you're in a prep. You know, I went to the cinema last time around. I'd make my own popcorn. I'd crush up rice cakes. I know it's like maybe for any of you who aren't into bodybuilding or physique development, that might seem a bit sad, but that's part of the process, and that's what you need to do to get into like show ready condition, right? And we were having this chat. It's like you just have to do whatever it takes to get there, right? Whether that is doing 15,000 steps, an hour in the cardio, you have to do whatever it takes to get shredded. And of course, you can introduce that flexibility after a prep. And it was cool seeing Thom today, because we're obviously opposite ends to what we're doing. Like, I'm in the gaining phase, he's in the prep, and it was just a nice reminder as well. And I think this is one thing with the prep, is it does make you appreciate even more so sometimes being able to go out and enjoy a coffee and a cinnamon bun, and enjoy it in moderation, you know, in your gaining phase. And that doesn't harm your progress whatsoever. It's one thing I always want to reinforce. You know, doing that over and over again and doing it every single day, of course that's going to have a knock-on impact, but it's every now and again, and as long as you're keeping the structure and keeping the consistency there, you're going to make a ton of progress. But yeah, really, really good day. I am absolutely sweltering. It's like 20 degrees. So I'm going to wrap up the vlog there, and I'm going to get some food now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the vlog. I will catch you guys in the next one.